A dazzling facility located here in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, it's an exciting battle of NFC teams between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. The holidays have arrived. Thank you for spending a part of them with us. We're away in Week 16 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
On the ready.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Back. Step hurt. Right there, hurt.
Sending him on the dive. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Jalen Walker firing over to take him down.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground, you can throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
Gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second.
Ready.
Back-to-back carries here. This time they've got him. He can't break another tackle. He will go down behind the line. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Throw here, 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down.
Come on. 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's caught. It's the rookie from Louisville. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Panthers first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And motion the tight end over. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Rolling from the gun here. Got for big yards on the right side. And this is going to get them all the way into the red zone. He's taken down at the 13-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60. Three. Ready.
Lone back gets the handoff. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Ready.
Back to the well again. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line of gain.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
On comes Ryan Fitzgerald and the Panthers field goal team here on 4th down. This from 28 yards away. Fitzgerald sends this through. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Got it. Ready.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Dive play straight ahead. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd down, looking for options. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Go.
Off the play fake. He'll throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Trying to find his tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10.
Come on.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Their opening drive continues. 1st and 10 now from the 39.
Ready. Check out.
They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. He's got room to roam. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons finish off their opening drive. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards. But the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Return coming from the 6. Good work so far. He's got room. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 30.
They're on the 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Let's go now. Ready.
They go play action on first down. That's completed right side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. One play in and they are already close to midfield. First down, play action. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They strike for 23 yards. And that's going to bring up a Carolina first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Steady.
On first down, they'll run. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Viking 18.
Throwing it on second down. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. He has the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers hold a slim 2-point lead early.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by it.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers push their lead to 3.
Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35.
They're on the 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Get it.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Ooh, he made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that first down carry.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Another carry for him. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack. Exactly what he just did.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He completes it in traffic. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Caught quick right side. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. The Panthers have taken the early lead. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with.
Ready.
Looking in the air here. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Ready. 7. Ready.
To the air on 3rd and long. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush your passes. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hot, hot.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he pushed for it. They managed to stop him at the 2. Give him 4 on that play. So now they've got 2nd and goal.
That run now has put them in such a great spot, Kate. You get a run like that inside the 1st and goal situations, there's a whole lot of confidence when you break the huddle.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Robinson, and he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons take a second quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. 14, Panthers 10. The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And nearly to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds. First down now. Ball at the 33. They'll go play action. Finds his fullback. And he has it right near midfield here. It's about a yard short. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that's good for a Panthers first. One play in, and they are already close to midfield. They'll run here on 1st down. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Falcons side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
They give it to him again. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
It's complete. This is Bowers. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a gain of 4 there, and that's going to bring up the Carolina 1st down.
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down.
Three.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. And it's Carson Schlesinger who got over there for the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
There's a dive up the middle. Allen continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
Okay, ready? Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on third down.
Here we go, set. 19, target. Hey, check that. Street. Ready.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up fourth down. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line.
19, target. Panther 11.
They're going to throw for it on fourth. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
18, Rattler. Go.
They'll run here from the gun. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of this. And a tackle made by Princely Umealinen.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Pass play coming here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A pickup of 17. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Working now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up second down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
60 Maverick.
Back to the air they go on second down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and that's a Falcon first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
That one's complete over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10.
16-yard line.
70, let's go. Viking 18.
From the red zone on first. He brings it in. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Breaking the huddle. Here's first and goal.
Here we go. Hawk 70. Ready.
They pitch it to him. And he's going to make it in for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons will add to their lead at the end of the half. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
That one right down the middle. And the Falcons drive their lead to 11. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half. One last play before the break. Timeout is called, just 4 seconds, and we would assume, Brock, one play remaining in this half.
Okay,
one last play before the break.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal, 1879 Broncos. 19 tight, 19, trap 60, trap 60. Go.
Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
Plowing up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Back to throw. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series.
They're on 6-yard line.
Okay, ready.
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. They're going the wrong direction. He's going to be sent backwards to their own 3. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Ready, ready.
Only went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13.
Red. 70 step up.
Throwing from the gun. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
Ready.
They're going play action. Complete out to the right. And all we can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on 1st down.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy when they're on second down.
They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10.
60 boxes, 60 boxes. Ready.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation. It's just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And the hit is made, so they bent to the competition, but they didn't break Brock as they force this 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
All right, looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. They're going to try to throw for it. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
And he stopped quickly here. 2 yards on the play. We've got 2nd and 8.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Hold the ready.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
He's dropping back to throw. Throw left side, complete. That is exactly why you rally to the football. Got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Ready. Ready.
3rd and long for him here. Pushes it towards his running back, but it's going to wind up incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline, and he sets them back to begin this drive. That kick goes out, and I call it about the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Ready up.
Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now off the play action. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Falcons take possession of the football. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Panther 60. Go.
Back-to-back carries here. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring a 3rd down.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Ready, ready. 70. Ready.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. All in left side. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. The Falcons calling the field goal team's number this time. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that extends their lead to 14.
What a season this guy is having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
The Falcons kickoff team out there as they'll send this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hurt. Let's go.
Sending him on the dive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Go, ready.
Back to the well again. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
This one misses the tight end. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They aren't going for this. Here's the snap on 4th. Has him running the comeback. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. Good hit, but sure would love for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the 1st down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Fitzgerald up and good on the PAT. And the Panthers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Panthers 17. Ryan Fitzgerald.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
Now a give running right. And it looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. It's the Falcons with the football. They're leading, but not by a ton. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19. Go.
Quick to the left, it's caught. And he stopped cold at the spot. Oh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Warriors 70. Set. Bronco 80. Ready.
1st down, play action. That's grabbed inside the 30. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. And that's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dive play straight ahead. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Gravity Lions.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He gets a nice chunk, looks like about 5. It's going to be 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Panthers countering with a dime package here. 3rd down.
Ready. Panthers 60. Panthers.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack brings the offense to 4th down. So now the field goal unit runs on in a very big spot. This 42 yards from the right half. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Carolina.
And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. They'll work against the blitz. And down he goes. The Falcons defense gets it done. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Quick throw to the left is complete. And this goes out of bounds as we've got a penalty flag in the backfield, Brock. This could be roughing the passer. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches.
Let's go.
Running it after the penalty. And this one had no chance. Hit well behind that line. That brings up 4th down.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push, and we will move the sticks instead. Well, the defense is energized with that stop.
Here we go. Cougar 19. 19 Lions. Ready,
Desperation time here on 4th. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They left the offense out there on 4th down, Brock, and look at the result. A big gain, 15 yards, and a fresh set of downs, too. All set to go now from the 35. They'll go play action on 1st down. Here's a deep shot towards the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's 2nd down coming up.
The defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know if he roughed him up, it cost him that catch.
Falcons driving in, and they're going to bring him down. third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Into a crowd, and intercepted! And the Falcons get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Reaches the 40. Into the red zone. And he has this down to the 14-yard line.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to it. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Go.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
The 11-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons very close to an 11th win this season. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Come on. Set.
A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he scraped together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Check. Ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Has this at the 6. And he's out of bounds, approaching the 25. Couple yards short at the 23. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Put the body on the line for his team. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Panthers first. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. In the double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief.
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Billy Bowman. And I've got to imagine, partner, there are a lot of folks shaking their heads at seeing that. He has battled interceptions all season, and here, well, he's now been picked off on back-to-back drives.
Yeah, shaking their heads because on this drive and throughout the season, the adjustments just haven't been there. The picks just keep coming week after week after week, and this time, back-to-back series.
Line up the design keeper. Lining up to take a knee on second down.
Deputy Lions.
They draw it up for him. So the Falcons earn the win in this one. Well, quite the streak of wins that they have ripped off as of late, Brock, and that continues this week.
Is my math right? Is that 5?
So look at you shocking everybody. Yes, that is 5 straight after this one.
Yeah, things just got to feel different every day in that building. Playing this well over the last month plus, guys feel like they're on another level, and it gives them a huge lift on game day. You feel that confidence.
So for my partner Brock Huard and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.